I bent down to tie my shoes and tried to keep my tone calm. "It's just for a few hours, Jess. You know you're always welcome to come with me. Mom even made her famous pot roast, the one you said you loved." Jessica wrinkled her nose like I had just offered her spoiled milk. "That greasy thing? Ugh, in your mom's house. It always smells like mothballs and old furniture. I'll pass. I'll just order sushi and binge my show." She paused for dramatic effect, then added, "But it would be nice if my husband actually wanted to spend time with me instead of running off every Sunday." There it was, the guilt trip, the silent war. This was the routine ever since our honeymoon ended slowly, but surely she had been trying to cut me away from my family piece by piece like trimming strings until I was left standing alone. I'm David, and this is the story of how my wife tried to erase my family from my life, and how one Christmas, one doorbell camera, and one bottle of champagne exposed everything, setting me free. I've always been a family first guy. My mom, my 2 younger sisters, and me, we've been a tight unit. My whole life, Sunday dinners at Mom's weren't just tradition, they were sacred. We'd laugh, argue about sports, share way too much food, and just be together. It kept us grounded. It kept me sane. When Jessica and I first started dating, she seemed to love it. "It's adorable how close you are," she would say, smiling wide. I always dreamed of being part of a big warm family, but after we got married, the act slipped slowly. At first a jab here, a comment there. "Your mom sure has strong opinions, doesn't she? Your sister Lisa, don't you think she's a little too dramatic? Does your family always have to be so loud? It gives me a headache." She would find excuses not to come along, a sudden headache, a last-minute plan, with a friend, always something. Yet if her parents were throwing a barbecue, or her sisters wanted a spa weekend, she expected me to clear my schedule instantly if I hesitated. I was the bad husband, unsupportive, selfish. It was like living in a one-way street marriage. Her family came first. Mine was treated like an inconvenience. I tried to talk to her about it more than once. "Jess, it honestly feels like you don't like my family." Her reaction? Tears, always tears. "How could you say that? I love your family. I just love you more, David. I want us to build our own life, our own traditions. Is that such a crime?" And somehow I ended up apologizing to her every single time she had mastered the art of flipping the script. But everything came to a head. That Christmas her family had a huge Christmas Eve party. I went, smiled until my cheeks hurt, handed out expensive gifts, played the perfect son-in-law. Then came Christmas morning. Supposed to be just for us, but I had an idea. "Jess," I said, trying to sound cheerful, "why don't we host Christmas dinner here this year? My family won't even have to go to Mom's. We can start our own tradition, right here together." I thought she'd light up. Instead, her face went stiff. "David, no, absolutely not. I'm exhausted from last night. I don't want to cook and clean for your entire family. This is our day. Ours. I'll do it. I promise. I'll cook, clean, set the table, everything. You won't have to lift a finger. Please, Jess, it's Christmas." She dragged out her sigh like she was signing a peace treaty. "Fine, whatever. But if your mom criticizes my decorations, I'm not holding back." I didn't care. I was thrilled. I immediately called my mom and sisters. They were overjoyed all day. I cooked, cleaned, decorated. I wanted it perfect, a fresh start. Then, right before they were due to arrive, I realized I had forgotten one thing: my mom's favorite champagne. Running to the store. "Honey," I yelled upstairs. "Back in 15 minutes. I rushed out, grabbed the bottle, and drove back. But as I turned onto our street, my stomach dropped. There was my mom's car. Pulling away from my house, Lisa was in the passenger seat. Her arms crossed her face, red with anger. I slammed into the driveway behind them and jumped out. "Mom! Lisa! What's going on? Why are you leaving? Dinner's ready." My mom tried to fake a smile, but her eyes glistened. "Sweetheart, it's okay, maybe. Tonight just isn't the right time." Lisa, though, wasn't holding back. She shoved the car door open and stormed toward me. "David, are you kidding me? That woman, your wife, just screamed at us on the porch. She said we weren't welcome. She told Mom she was a meddling witch. She called all of us losers. The neighbors across the street heard every word." I froze. My blood turned to ice. She said, "You didn't actually want us here," Lisa added, her voice trembling with fury. "She said you only invited us to shut us up." My heart was pounding out of my chest. But then I remembered something: the doorbell camera installed last month after a package theft. Full video, full audio, come inside. I muttered, we walked. Jessica was in the living room casually arranging flowers like she hadn't just set fire to my family bond. "Oh, hey, honey," she said sweetly. "Back already? I didn't answer. I grabbed my laptop, pulled up the security feed, and rewound 15 minutes. There it was, my family standing on the porch with wrapped gifts and big smiles, and there was Jessica opening the door. Her face twisted into something cruel. The audio was crystal clear. "What are you people doing here?" she sneered, my mom's confused voice. "David invited us for dinner." Jessica's cold laugh. "Did he? Well, he must have pitied you because I don't want you here. This is my house and I'm done with you pathetic people clinging to my husband. Get off my porch before you embarrass yourselves further." Then, slam door shut in their faces. I turned the laptop so Jessica could see the blood drained from her face instantly. "David, I can explain," she stammered. "They were being so pushy. They don't." My voice was calm, but it scared even me. "The video has a timestamp. You knew I invited them. You lied. You insulted my family. You humiliated my mom, and you thought you'd get away with it." Her lips trembled. "David, please, it's Christmas. You can't be serious right now." But I had reached my breaking point. I grabbed her suitcase from the closet, dropped it on the bed, and said, "Pack your things. You're leaving tonight." Her jaw dropped. "What? No, you can't do this to me." "I can. And I am," I said, wrapping an arm around my mom, "because my family comes first. Always." We left. I took my mom and sisters to the best steakhouse in town. We opened the champagne. We laughed, cried, and slowly began repairing what Jessica had tried so hard to destroy. 6 months later, the divorce was finalized. She fought for half, of course, but once my lawyer played that doorbell footage, even her attorney looked disgusted. She settled quickly. Last I heard, she moved back in with her parents. Some people never change me. I'm happier than ever. My Sundays are sacred again. My mom's pot roast tastes better than ever, and I learned the most important lesson of my life. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. So let me ask you, if the person you vowed to love revealed their true cruel colors, would you hold them accountable? Or would you keep letting them pretend?